The Sigma guy embodies a lone wolf mentality. He prefers his own business over others, and he typically goes about things in his own manner. He is not influenced by social norms, rather, he is led by an internal compass that never changes. He also has no interest in gaining fame or respect within his community. Even though he is just doing his own thing, it is so beautifully done that you can't help but notice him. He really is self-reliant. He is very independent and self-sufficient. This is not a man who thinks that housekeeping is limited to loading the dishwasher and taking out the trash. A man that can multitask, cook, and clean while making it all seem easy is known as a Sigma male. He doesn't want someone to mother him in a relationship, he wants an equal partner who is as capable and independent. The traveler is he. The Sigma guy has a tendency to stray. He enjoys excursions, yet he can also appreciate the warmth of home and the fireplace. He is risk-taking and courageous, and his need for knowledge keeps him looking for new information to absorb. The Sigma man is fascinated and inquisitive about novel concepts, strange environments, and various civilizations. He is a timid man. The Sigma guy is a reclusive, not a dominant, male. He can easily fit into any social group, although he prefers quiet alone to active crowds. He needs space and alone to consider the meaning of life and form his own opinions. Don't mistake him for a brooder despite his strength and silence, he doesn't just sit around and whine. He doesn't need others' approval or stimulus, preferring instead to go about his own business, enjoy his own company, and be by himself. He feels at ease in his own skin. Sigma males are known to be very self-assured, as you may have noticed. That's because they are confident in themselves and, in contrast to alphas, don't feel the need to be recognized or validated by others. He appreciates who he is, and even better, he is aware of who he is and what he stands for. It comes out of him. He does not lack the typical human vulnerabilities, mind you. He simply doesn't think about them and is content with who he is. He influences others. The Sigma guy can still have an impact on other people even though he does not take on the role of the alpha. He frequently initiates trends without even trying. Since he is such a personable and likable person, many aspire to be like him. He inspires others without even trying or possibly even realizing it. He plays by his own rules and no one else's. The Sigma man is known for being rebellious, however, rebellion suggests that a person is behaving in response to other people or external events. He isn't. The Sigma guy is not a rebel when he takes a choice that differs from what would be expected of him by his peers, since he doesn't care about society's rules and conventions. He's simply being himself, and establishing his own set of rules for living. He might even seem happier to you. He is living according to his own timeline, and as a result, his life is richer. He is unconcerned with what others think of him. He is really unconcerned with what others may think of him. The Sigma male is not callous. Simply put, he doesn't base his decisions on what other people would do in his shoes. Instead, he follows his instincts and his thoughts, feelings, and life experiences. In order to be well informed, he will conduct his own independent research because he is a seeker of information rather than relying on social media or YouTube videos. He is emotionally wise. This lone wolf character is extremely emotionally astute, far from being insensitive. Since crowds and people aren't his things, he isn't always socially intelligent, but he is emotionally astute. He has an uncanny ability to read a room, and he excels at assisting in conflict resolution because he intuitively understands what to say and do to diffuse a situation. He steers clear of drama, but when necessary, he will speak out for others and even try to diffuse a quarrel. The Sigma guy is considerate of his partner's requirements in partnerships. The Sigma man has no need to engage in relational power battles, but the alpha male may do so. He is sensitive enough to know how to best care for the people in his life without being told what they want or need, and he is aware that all relationships need a healthy balance. He has a strong sense of motivation and drive. Don't assume the Sigma guy is less ambitious because he may not receive the same social recognition as the alpha male. He might not be interested in moving up the corporate ladder to obtain a corner office or other important leadership roles, but it doesn't mean he isn't making a lot of effort and progress. He has an internal drive to uphold his own standards and is self-motivated. Even while his objectives may not be commonplace, you can be sure that he is diligently working toward them, frequently in the background and silently. He is lucrative. The fact that the Sigma man is successful in all he undertakes is not particularly surprising given his strong sense of self-motivation and drive. In fact, he frequently achieves success on par with the alpha male without attempting to outdo or surpass him. It is obvious that he works hard, plays hard, and loves life. He avoids making a commitment. The Sigma guy is generally emotionally accessible and perceptive, but this does not imply that he is seeking a long-term relationship. The Sigma guy may really want to keep things informal because he values his privacy and freedom. He might not be looking for a long-term relationship, but because he has emotional intelligence, he will let you know. He won't conceal it to try to control you. The Sigma man may still conduct crimes, despite this. Simply put, he is picky about the partners he chooses. If he does desire a romantic relationship, he will take his time to ensure that the person he selects is compatible with his way of life. He's amazingly charming. The appeal of the Sigma male may be one of the first things you notice about him. Although less evident than in the more sociable alpha male, it is nonetheless present. The Sigma male exudes charisma, and his emotional savvy helps him when he enters a social setting. He might not adhere to all social conventions, yet he will nonetheless fascinate you. He's a little mysterious. The Sigma man strikes me as a little mysterious, perhaps due to his reluctance to commit or his propensity for acting alone. His need for seclusion and introspection might contribute to his aura of mystery, making him seem a little more off-limits and thus more alluring. He can appear to be a riddle to solve because he doesn't seem to calm down quickly or actually settle at all. However, he is not attempting to be enigmatic. It's just a byproduct of his fantastic confidence, really. He listens very well. While the beta male waits patiently for his time and the alpha male dominates conversations, the Sigma male has mastered the skill of listening. He isn't holding up for his turn to speak. He's truly listening to what you're saying and picking up on your nonverbal cues. It can make you feel like the only person in the room since he offers you his complete attention while doing it. He has leadership potential but doesn't actively seek it out. The Sigma guy possesses all the traits of a great leader, but he doesn't look for leadership or attention. He more closely resembles the movie's hero, who accepts a challenge and performs admirably. The Sigma guy is more likely to set an example for others to follow, leading without even trying. He influences people and creates trends, but he has no desire to rule over them. Instead of taking the spotlight and getting all the praise, he would much prefer to work together and see everyone flourish. He values fairness. This kind of individual strongly supports equality. Despite frequently being positioned on the social ladder in the same position as the alpha, he is not interested in it. He does not categorize people into better and worse categories. He simply isn't that type of person. The Sigma man never talks down to restaurant servers or the workers who pick up his trash. Instead, he treats others with the respect and dignity with which he would like to be treated. He is flexible. The Sigma male can appear at ease in any social situation and blend in. It's not simply that he enjoys interacting with others, either. He just adjusts so quickly. He reads the room, determines which people he clicks with, and he makes it all seem so simple. Of course, when you truly don't care what other people think of you and rely on your own inner judgment instead, adapting is simple. His self-awareness. The Sigma guy tends to be self-aware, which is one way that they differ from their alpha and beta counterparts. He acknowledges his shortcomings, but he doesn't let them define who he is or make you accept them if you want to be around him. He works on them as well. He is working hard to own his baggage, and he is self-aware enough to own his faults and offer an apology when necessary. It's just one more thing that people find so alluring about him. He maintains a small inner circle. The lone wolf maintains a tiny, somewhat exclusive circle. He carefully selects the people in his life, as well. He looks for those who complement him and add to his life. Additionally, he has a talent for avoiding those who are comfortable using or manipulating others, as well as energy vampires. He is forever devoted once you are accepted into his inner group. He may only love occasionally, but he loves deeply. He's not hostile. The Sigma guy is not at all aggressive, in contrast to the alpha male. When and if required, he can defend himself, but he doesn't believe that using force is the solution. He excels at diffusing situations by keeping composed and engaging in dialogue, but he also has no desire to engage in a piss-off with anyone. He enjoys competing with himself to set new records, but he has no urge to dominate or show off for anyone else in his life. Simply put, he isn't constructed that way. He is sincere. There is no single persona that the Sigma male is embracing. He is absolutely authentic. He is not attempting to impress or win your favor, rather, his sincerity is evident in both what he says and who he is. He is merely sincere. He's just not a manipulator, so you know you can rely on him. He will tell it like it is, and depending on what he says, you might either love or despise this about him. He is mindful. This kind of dude is really receptive. He has no interest in passing judgment on others. He is so sympathetic, in fact, that he can easily see other viewpoints, even when they are different from his own. Despite the fact that he would probably be extremely adept at it, he won't try to convince you to share his viewpoint. He accepts you for who you are because he is aware of you and thinks that if he can do his thing, you should be able to do yours as well. He has many wonderful qualities, but one of them is his live and let live attitude. He also has the unmatched ability to stay in his lane while still supporting you in yours.